Wednesday morning, let's rise and shine. Separate your bed from your behind. Tell the stranger sleeping next to you to get the hell out, you've got things to do. Wednesday morning, the week's half done. Try to sober up, it's time to run. There's only 3 days left working from 9 to 5. Then it's party time. Party time. Just a little more work to do. Let's get on up and get the damn thing through. Then we'll get back to numbing our minds.
Hump Day. The return of Workforce Wednesday. Took a break for a minute. Now it's back. Your chance to win freebies courtesy of Game Day Men's Health.
By the way, fuel your car because it's a $20 Quick Trip gift card because you fuel your body and you fuel your car.
There you go. Or just get a bunch of stuff from the hotspot. Some cheese curds.
Whatever it is.
Sausage, egg and cheese, croissant.
Let us know where you're working. You can do that
Slice
online.
of pizza.
Win stuff.
Yeah, click Win Stuff on the 95.7 The Rock app or on the website. You can sign up and win a Game Day Men's Health prize package, including a gift card from Quick Trip, where you can fuel up your vehicle or fuel up yourself. Maybe get your big buddy.
Mm-hmm. Protein.
Something. Maybe get some
protein.
Hard-boiled eggs. Maybe get one of those pickles in a pouch.
Those are good. Have you had... Well, never mind. I was going to ask if you've had the spicy ones, but that was a dumb question because, no, you would never pick those.
I got my year in review yesterday from Quick Trip in an email. The thing that stinks about it is
Does
only...
it tell you what you bought?
Yeah, only... Well, not really. Not in, like, so much... It doesn't break it down.
Doesn't
But
go, hey,
well,
man.
it's only when you make purchases with your card.
Mm-hmm.
Your Quick Trip, gas card or whatever, if you've got one. Which we have and I use, but it doesn't account for all the times you just pay cash.
It goes, hey, 37 roller dog guy.
And I also don't use the app at all. It's too, I just, there's so many apps, and I just can't, I don't have the time. I don't care. I just want to go in, buy my thing, and leave. I don't need to do app stuff. I don't care. But so I don't have all of that factored in, but I got my email yesterday breaking down how many times it said I was in the top 50%.
Nice.
Of people who visit Quick Trip. So, yeah, go there a lot. No doubt. We're going to be busy today. Besides it being Workforce Wednesday, we're going to take a look at what's going on in Vegas. The Consumer Electronics Show is happening this week in Vegas, always beginning of the year, talking
Super
about
cool.
gadgets and technology. Nerds. We'll see what they've come up with.
Super cool.
Also, some predictions that occurred in the 1950s. People 70-plus years ago trying to predict what was going to happen in the future, and we'll see how hilariously wrong those predictions were. Plus, all the usual stuff, sports and bad news, happy music, rockmornings.com if you want to get in touch with us. We got a text yesterday from Colton, who also emailed because he hadn't been getting responses to his text messages.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember. Okay. Was he blocked for being...
He wasn't
No,
blocked. I can see, though, starting back in October.
All right. Well, you're back in the fold. Would love to have you.
He had sent in a bunch of different text messages and no one responded to him. So yesterday, he actually texted in wondering if the 80s Fest at Maple Grove Venues on June 13th is an all-ages show, and I said, yes, it is an all-ages show.
That's correct.
So Colton, we figured it out. You weren't blocked. We just didn't want to respond to you for whatever reason. Whatever you were texting in wasn't important enough to get a response from us.
Colton. It's not true.
Sorry, bud. Lots to get to. We'll get started here in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Today is National Bobblehead Day.
Go get my bobblehead!
I'm the bobblehead. It is National Bobblehead Day.
Thank you for my bobblehead.
Like a bobblehead.
Today we celebrate figurines that come in a variety of shapes and sizes.
National Bobblehead Day.
Spring-connected head.
Happy National Bobblehead Day.
Showtime, baby.
National Bobblehead Day.
Have you ever been to the museum in Milwaukee?
No, I haven't. I have not. I've been to several bars in Wisconsin that have a very large collection of bobbleheads.
Oh, of course.
You go in there and they've got like a million different Brewer bobbleheads and Bucks and Packers and all that stuff. But no, I've never been to the museum. We went to the Mustard Museum just outside of Madison a couple of years
I've been
ago.
there a couple times.
It's pretty cool.
$5, by the way. So if you're ever in Milwaukee and you're looking for something to do, they're open 7 days a week, and it's $5. So it might be a fun thing to walk in and check out their collection, because I'm assuming that there's stuff you've never seen before.
How to observe National Bobblehead Day. Share your favorite bobblehead or collect a new one. Give the gift of a bobblehead to someone you know. Mm-hmm. Maybe learn something new about bobblehead history. They've been around since like 100 years ago. Didn't realize they were that old.
I have a girlfriend who had her husband made into a bobblehead for Christmas.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Personalized bobbleheads.
Yeah, it turned out funny, but not necessarily not particularly.
Well, you're sending in pictures, right, as opposed to a 3D scan of the head. So they're doing their best. You could also, of course, visit, as Gene mentioned, the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum, which is in Milwaukee. The museum opens in 2016, so a decade ago. Houses a Hall of Fame honoring the best bobbleheads and exhibits related to the history and making of bobbleheads. National Bobblehead Day, January 7th. It's also National Pass Gas Day.
January 6th was National Bean Day. And if you celebrated and are feeling the effects today, you're in luck. Because January 7th is National Pass Gas Day. Free yourself. Let it out.
Seems appropriate that we would celebrate National Pass Gas Day on the day after National Bean Day, which, by the way, how was your red beans and rice?
It was good. It was good. And I told everyone in my house at different times when they would come into the kitchen, hey, I'm making red beans and rice because it's National Bean Day. And they're like,
thanks, Ma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, wow, there really is a day for everything.
Farts equal funny, in my opinion. They're always funny. They'll never not be funny. They're one of the most hilarious things in the history of the world, but apparently kids don't find them funny anymore.
So you're saying that nobody laughs if you fart in class?
Yeah, nobody.
It's a normal bodily function, but what if it's stinky?
I'll just say, excuse me.
If we farted in class, we got made fun of so hard. Is the world healing?
No, the world's not healing.
National Celebrate Day? How do you do that? I'm guessing just make a scene?
There's a website out there, Lifehacker, that did a roundup of the top things that kids did and didn't find funny in 2025, and farts are apparently not funny anymore, according to the kids they interviewed.
On the not list.
Some videos going viral back in July, parents and teachers claiming that Gen Alpha kids don't laugh when someone cuts a loud one, even if it's wet or a squeaker.
Fart in your general direction.
By the way, 7 to 10 miles per hour that's coming out of you.
The video that we just heard, the mom asking her kid about it, he was adamant that no one in his class would laugh if he farted, even if it smelled bad. Informed her that farting is a normal thing that we all do. She agreed, because he is, of course, correct. It's like breathing or sneezing or coughing. She said everyone would have laughed when she was a kid. I don't know, man. Kids don't know anything about real life. And in real life, when you get to a certain point, farts are funny. They're always funny, especially at the worst time.
Well, yeah. They can decide not to. 13 to 21 times a day. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, trust me. I'm well aware of how many times I fart. I don't count them, but I'm well aware.
Do you think you did them proud tonight? I hope so. I saw them several times during the dance, and they were smiling so big.
Whoa.
Let's see if the judges can give us something to smile about after this very emotional night. Scores, please.
Good old Nancy Grace. They squeezed her big body into some Spanx, and it pushed out some gas, and
Flatologist is a person who studies that. Can you imagine? Flatologist?
Oh, flatulence, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting way to introduce yourself at a date.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, what do you do for a living? Well, I study farts, actually.
Specific. Very.
A flatulologist?
Flatulologist.
Flatulologist?
Scientist who studies that.
National Bobblehead Day, National Pass Gas Day.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness.
Ooh.
Just like you,
Rudy.
They don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth.
Rudy Giuliani, Tootie Giuliani is what they should call him. In real news today, the Brown University and MIT shooter. Did you hear about this guy?
I did not.
So they found him dead in that storage unit, right in New Hampshire. His name is Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. And
he was a past student, wasn't he?
Yeah, and in some videos that apparently the officials have watched and transcribed, no remorse whatsoever. Said he felt no remorse for killing 2 students at Brown University and wounding 9 others in the mass shooting last month, along with a murder of an MIT professor 2 days later. New transcript released by the Justice Department said, "Tough luck, I did not like any of you."
So he left like a note and some
These
videos,
are some of his last words in the recordings that he made in, assuming in this storage locker before he took his own life. Portuguese national former Brown student said, "To say that I was extraordinarily satisfied, no, but I also don't regret what I did. I am not going to apologize because during my lifetime, no one sincerely apologized to me." He recorded the videos inside the storage unit in New Hampshire, where authorities found him dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound back on December 18th, just 5 days after the authorities say his killing spree began at Brown University. On the 13th, of course, he opened fire on the students there as they were preparing for final exams, killing Ella Cook and Muhammad Aziz. I'm not going to even try the last name there.
Sure.
Also wounded 9 others. And then 2 days later, on December 15th, he then fatally shot MIT professor Nuno F.G. Loureiro at his home in Boston, in the suburb of Boston, Brookline, Massachusetts, about 50 miles north of Brown University. He attended the same academic program at a university in Portugal from 95 to 2000. Didn't provide any clear motive for the attacks in the videos, which are apparently rambling and don't always make sense, but again, not sorry for his actions whatsoever, according to the transcripts that were released by the Justice Department just the other day.
Sounds like he had a lot of issues. I have no hatred towards America, but this is an issue of opportunity.
Well, it sounds like he, obviously mentally ill, got some problems there, but had a bad time in school, didn't get along with some people, maybe got bullied. I have no idea.
Lived in the storage locker, by the way. That was his home.
Yeah, which I'm sure adds to the insanity there. Hilton Worldwide Holdings removing a Minneapolis hotel that refuses to accept bookings of ICE agents. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents are in the Minneapolis area doing all sorts of stuff. And a Hampton Inn Hotel, which is a brand from Hilton outside of Minneapolis, refused to accommodate ICE agents. In a post on social media on Monday, this was on Twitter, the Trump administration increasing the number of officers in the area after the allegations of fraud against some of those Somali immigrants and the daycare centers. The company said on Twitter, quote, "We are taking immediate action to remove this hotel from our systems. Hilton is and always has been a welcoming place for all." Mixed reactions, obviously, from consumers, some calling for a boycott, others vowing to support Hilton.
So it's independently owned, but it had that franchise name on it kind of thing?
I'm guessing. Hilton made its comments after the video was posted on Twitter on Tuesday, which suggested ICE agents were still being refused rooms at the Hampton Inn in Lakeview after Hilton and the independent operator of the hotel apologized. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the ownership situation there is, if it's a franchise or if you got to buy the rights or whatever the hell it's, whatever it is breaks down to business-wise. But Hilton removing that hotel, saying, "You're on your own, bud. We don't want our name on the side."
You're independent owned, and now you're independent owned.
Yeah, and if you don't want to rent rooms to people, then have at it. On the good side of things, it's Girl Scout cookie season. It's officially begun, launched yesterday, and Explore-Mores are the new cookie this year. A sandwich cookie inspired by Rocky Road ice cream, now part of the 2026 lineup. The new treat features flavors of chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond-flavored cream. Oh. Mama. So be on the lookout. Girl Scout cookies, they're going to be popping up in your neighborhood, at your office. They're going to be showing up at the grocery stores, at the Walmarts. Your dealer is back.
You can usually go online, too, put in your zip code, and it will show you where Scouts are going to be when in your area. Obviously, you can order online, and I believe you can still order for troops as well and have them shipped. But use your cookie finder to find those ladies. entrepreneurship, right? I mean,
I
that's
don't
what
need any help finding cookies. Cookies find me. I just got to sit here and be fat, and then all of a sudden they show up.
helps the girls with leadership and entrepreneurial
When you're
skills.
fat like me, cookies they just
like a
wander
magnet?
around everywhere. Yeah, it's.
I'm
like
surprised they're not here already. Where's our cookie hookup?
Well, we had one on Monday from the guy down the hallway. We'll see what happens in the future with these Girl Scout cookies.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Text message from Colton says, "Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Didn't even notice I got a message back from you yesterday. Happy hump day." Thanks, Colton. Yeah, he started in October. Monday the 27th said, "My girlfriend was on her way to my house one day. I was getting out of the shower. I thought I heard my girlfriend talking to my dog. I get into the living room. No one was in my house." Then on Thursday, November 13th, Colton texted in again, said, "I also cannot stand Bobby Sox by Green Day. Can't really do any of their new music."
Colton knows what he doesn't like. I like this guy.
Then about a month and a half later, on Monday, December 29th, he said, "This cover wasn't done in the 90s, but the original made from the 90s. Can you play Gangster's Paradise by Falling in Reverse for the 90s at noon?"
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then on January 5th, which was Monday, he said, "Can you play Atreyu for the 2-for-1? Then on Tuesday, which was yesterday, he asked about 80s Fest at Maple Grove venue, whether or not it was all ages. So a lot of text messages from Colton, various different subjects covered, and no response from us until he asked about the all ages show at MGV. Sorry, Colton.
By the way, Colton, is, the meaning
name?
of it is swarthy person.
What is swarthy?
Swarthy, a dark complexion or hardy working class background. Swarthy.
I get hardy and working class from the name Colton, but I don't get
swarthy.
Dark. I don't get dark.
Is it coal? Coal, like as in
Well,
dark coal.
he's got an
coal
Iowa
town,
number. He's a
coal.
5'6", so I'm not so much.
Are you a
with
dark-haired one? Town of the dark-haired one?
Maybe.
Colton.
The Badgers all over UCLA last night.
boy.
They improved to 10-5 on the season with a 80-72 win.
This will be a Badger win. No whistle. And Boyd will take it himself. Bilodeau misfires, and that's how it'll end. UCLA trailed by as many as 20. They came back to cut it to 7 in the second half.
And they eventually lost by 8. Final score last night, Badgers over UCLA 80-72. Badgers now off until Saturday when they are at number 2 Michigan at noon on CBS. Bucks are on the road tonight against the Golden State Warriors. That game tips off at 9 p.m. The NFL wild card round kicks off on Saturday afternoon with the Rams at the Panthers. That game is at 3:30 on Fox. And then, of course, Packers, Bears, 7 p.m. on Amazon Prime. If you have an old person who doesn't understand streaming, that is a diehard Packer fan, take care of that now so you don't have to be getting that phone call on Saturday night when you're trying to watch the game. Take care of Nana and Papa and make sure they've got it figured out. Tell them what drinking establishment in town, what church is going to be showing it in the rectory, whatever. Sunday, you've got Buffalo at Jacksonville at noon on CBS.
Duval.
Then you got San Fran at Philly at 3:30 on Fox.
I hate the Eagles, man.
Yeah, don't we all? And then, of course, the Chargers at the Patriots, Sunday Night Football on NBC. Wild Card Weekend will wrap up on Monday night with Houston at Pittsburgh at 7:15 on ABC and ESPN.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Lots and lots and lots of footballing going on this weekend. Baltimore Ravens firing their head coach
I saw
yesterday.
that this morning when I woke up.
John Harbaugh got the axe, ending a run of one of the most successful coaches in franchise history. Of course, they've only been the Ravens for so many years, but before that, they were, of course, the Baltimore Colts. And his exit came 2 days after the Ravens lost to the Steelers in that game on Sunday Night Football, thanks to the missed last-second field goal attempt, eliminating them from the playoffs for the first time since 2021. Harbaugh had just signed a 3-year deal last offseason under contract through 2028, so they're going to have to pay him a bunch of money.
They couldn't see that coming before, had some idea before they did that?
He's 64, and he ranks 12th for the most wins by a head coach in the NFL with 193 overall. He led the Ravens to the Super Bowl title in 2012. And in leading the Ravens for 18 years, he was the second longest active tenured head coach in the league, right behind Mike Tomlin, who was in his 19th season with the Steelers.
So there's no other way to end that career. They got to fire him. Like, they can't have a conversation with, like, hey, we're gonna go.
Well, look, I think any NFL team, any football team who loses their starting quarterback for a good chunk of the season, it's not the coach's fault. Now, granted, they could have played better, they could have done better, all that stuff. But yeah, dude, like, the most important person on any team after the coach is the quarterback. And if your quarterback goes down for half the season or quarter of the season, you're going to struggle. And they were in it until week 18 with a chance to make the playoffs, and they whiffed. They missed.
But you just said, you just listed a lot of stuff. It's they can't have a conversation where it's like, dude, we're going to have to go another, and like.
Well, you're not going to fire the quarterback. You don't fire the talent on the team, so you got to let go of somebody. I don't know. I would have gotten rid of the offensive, defensive coordinators first, make that move, and then see what happens next year. And if it doesn't work out, then you can say, okay, it's especially after you sign a 3-year deal with the guy. You're like, all right, we'll give it a
right. Like,
also in the NFL coaching carousel, Matt Eberflus, no longer the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. 2 days after the season ended with the Cowboys finishing last in the league in points per game and 30th in yards per game, he was relieved of his duties. So there was some math there, some obvious stats that said, hey, look, dude, this guy's real bad at his job. The team sucks on defense. And Commanders out of Washington, the Washington Commanders, 1 year removed from a trip to the NFC Championship game. They moved on from both of their coordinators. The Commanders and their OC, Cliff Kingsbury, mutually agreed to part ways after he met with the head coach, Dan Quinn. And then the DC, the defensive coordinator, Joe Wood Jr., also got let go. Lots of spots going to be available in the NFL. Might not be done either. Might not be done. Got a bunch of coaches fired on Monday, a couple on Sunday and Tuesday. We'll see if anybody else gets the axe. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Get in touch with us by visiting our website, rockmornings.com. We'll get to some Evanescence here in a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Julie. Huh? Julie. Huh? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Anybody? Anybody? Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Woo-hoo! Mike. Huh? What day is it, Mike? Huh? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It is, in fact, hump day. That means Workforce Wednesday, signing up to win freebies from Game Day Men's Health. Quick Trip gift card. Could use that pretty much anywhere in the Midwest. Mm-hmm. You want to hear a funny story?
Always. Is that a question?
Did I tell you about my email I got from my wife yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I couldn't remember who I told. I told a few people, and yeah, so my truck that got totaled a few months ago when I got in that accident. Well, when an accident happened and I was involved, I was not at fault. They totaled out my truck, and they just towed it from wherever it was to Chicago or somewhere in the Chicago area.
Had some tolls to pay?
Yesterday, and we didn't remember to remove our Easy Pass from the windshield, and so we racked up about $30 in tolls as it was on its way down to Chicago. Oops. That happens. Television, today you've got the streaming premiere of Tron Ares on Disney+.
Since time began, man has gazed at the stars and he has wondered, am I alone? So much talk of AI and big tech today. Virtual worlds, what are they going to look like? When will we get there? Well, folks, we're not going there. They are coming here.
Uh-oh.
I would like you to meet Ares, the ultimate soldier.
Tron Ares making its streaming debut on Disney Plus today, one day after it was released on DVD for new release Tuesday. Over on Hulu, you can watch Bruce Springsteen, Nebraska Live. This is not the movie about his life. This is apparently him performing the entire album live on Hulu today. Tonight on Fox, the 14th season premiere of The Masked Singer. I've never watched it, so I get the premise. They're famous people or sort of famous people in masks, and they're
gotta guess and all of that.
Okay,
so.
And they have a celebrity panel. It's Jenny McCarthy and the guy from the Hangover movies, and okay.
I'm not into reality shows all that much.
Season 2 premiere of Hollywood Squares on CBS tonight, followed by the 12th season premiere of The Price is Right at night. What game do you think you would do best at on The Price is Right?
Well, I'm pretty aware of the price of groceries.
Yeah, but you're talking California prices here.
Yeah,
you're not talking Midwest prices.
I know. If it was like reflective of my grocery store, I could probably nail that one.
Yeah, but they do that for all the games where you got to like figure out the price or which one's high, low. I'm talking about game, like which one that requires some skill. Like the putting game or the Plinko game or the Yodel guy.
Either though, you just put the thing in.
Well, it could be.
I
mean, yeah, but it could be some skill if you have
a Yodel. You just stop it, right? Like he moves and you go.
Yeah, you got to stop based on the prices.
Yeah.
But that requires some sort of action. What about the wheel? How do you think you do with the wheel?
I don't know.
That thing looks big and heavy.
It does, but everybody spins it.
Season 12 of The Price is Right at Night premieres tonight on CBS. Also on CBS tonight, after The Price is Right at Night, you've got the series premiere of Harlan Coben's Final Twist. A mystery author, Harlan Coben, he's got like a bunch of books.
Okay.
Guides audiences through his true crime series.
Harlan, over here. Ladies and gentlemen, Harlan Coben.
He's the greatest thriller writer.
Coben's written over 30 New York Times bestsellers.
With over a dozen hit TV shows and movies.
In all our stories, the same question. What made the killer cross that line?
New special on CBS tonight, Harlan Coben, Final Twist. Also, the second season premiere of Beast Games on Amazon. This is what, Mr. Beast, right?
Yeah.
New comedy stand-up special from a SNL cast member, Marcelo Hernandez.
Stand-up special?
Yeah, so he's obviously a cast member on SNL, and he's got a new stand-up special on Netflix today called American Boy.
Women are very scary. They are, and they live a violent life behind the scenes. I have seen what you hide, okay? Every woman has a mustache. Did you know that? They all have a mustache, and they get it taken care of in the most violent way possible. Everything they do is violent. They go to a salon and they go, I have a mustache. And the lady goes, how would you like me to take care of that? And the woman goes, I would like it if you could maybe rip it off my face. And they pay a little woman with big forearms to go up to her face and go, yeah!
Marcelo Hernandez, American Boy, new stand-up special on Netflix today. Also, the return of Chicago Med, Fire, and PD. Those are all making their winter returns. Chelsea Handler is going to be on with Jimmy Fallon, so is Sophie Turner. Kimmel's talking to Alan Cumming and Taylor Dearden. Stephen Colbert has got Chris Hayes and Robin as his guests, and then Jodie Foster and Simu Liu going to be on with Seth Meyers tonight.
So really the only thing I care about is Conformity Gate and whether this is freaking happening or not. And according to Stranger Things, and according to their Instagram and TikTok platforms, Netflix says all episodes, in all caps, by the way, all episodes of Stranger Things are now playing, seeming to mean that there isn't another one dropping today.
So today there was supposed to be a 9th episode for the series, the final series.
Well, there wasn't supposed to be. There was all these rumors because of inconsistencies and, is Vecna really in control and that kind of thing. And wouldn't it be the greatest finale of television if it wasn't really,
No, I think
it's
put a
the
bow
best
on it.
moments of TV history.
Put a
right?
bow
If
on
a
it
secret
and end it.
episode is released this evening.
Put a bow on it, end it. We're good. We're moving on. Right? We don't need more. We don't want more. We're good.
I don't know. I think it'd be great.
I don't think I'm good.
I think the way that it ended, there's a lot of people going, "Hey, there's some inconsistencies, and how was it so easy?" And
I definitely
claims
didn't. I definitely didn't like the ending, but I'm good. I'm ready to move on and be done with it. I don't want more. I don't want this dragging it all out.
I want conformity gate. If that happens today, it would be totally cool.
We watched a movie last night called The Jester. It was really bad. My wife said to me afterwards, she's like,
"Did we just spend an hour and a half doing that?"
She said, there's a second one. There's a sequel that's on Shudder, and she wanted to watch that, but she didn't want to go into it dry without watching the first one, so I was subjected to The Jester last night.
Are you watching two?
I'm sure that at some point I'll be watching The Jester 2.
It's terrible.
So if your wife wants to sit down and watch The Jester on Tubi, maybe find something else to watch. Monday night we watched a movie called The Other, which is brand new, and it was interesting to say the least. It's about a couple that adopts a girl who's mute, and once she gets in the house, all this crazy stuff starts to happen.
So horror themed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You?
Runaway. It's a series on Netflix, and man, is it wild. It is so wild. I can't keep track of who's doing. There's so many page turners, and it's British.
Okay.
And it's a missing daughter, basically, a college-age girl who has some drug issues and then goes missing, and the dad's trying to find her, and wow, twists and turns and guessing what's happening next. Yeah.
All right.
An adaptation of a book. They made a book out of that?
They made a book out of
They
that?
did.
All right.
Runaway.
Lots to get to. Some Disturbed on the way right now. Chevelle, who are going to be at the Lacrosse Center in just a couple of weeks at the Riverfront Revolt.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings, Brian and Gene. Besides like a mouse or maybe a squirrel, have you ever had a wild animal trapped inside of your home?
We've had bats and birds.
Bats and birds?
Bats and birds.
Cat? Dog?
Might be about it.
Raccoon?
Well, we
Skunk?
have all the pets, but as far as like wild animals that
an animal that isn't yours that ended up in
didn't get
your
an
home.
invitation, right? Showed up without an invitation. Birds and bats.
Birds and bats, pretty commonplace. Mice.
That's about it, I think.
Rabbits.
On the farm, we had a bull snake looking for its mate that came in through the
Don't like that.
patio door.
Don't like that at all. What about a deer?
No, but I've seen some epic footage, as everyone has, where they come in uninvited to a bar or a business or...
Yeah, crashing through the window a lot of times.
Yep.
This deer, not sure how it got in there, but it was in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, got stuck in someone's basement for 2 days.
They didn't know it was down there, or it took that long to get help?
Uninvited guest released from a Grand Chute home on Monday after an unintended weekend stay. Officials say the deer crashed through the window of the house and then got trapped in the basement. 911 scanner, almost as unusual as the break-in itself. The dispatcher saying, quote, "Okay, do you want a second unit?" "Yeah, this could be interesting," replied the officer. "Okay, just took me a minute to make sure I was reading the call correctly." Company in Grand Chute, that area, named Nuisance Pro, caught the animal after it broke through the basement window on Saturday and fell inside. Able to get it outside. The owners were not home at the time of the break-in. The deer not discovered until Monday morning when a neighbor noticed. Yeah. A neighbor noticed it. It wasn't even that they came home. It was that the neighbor noticed it.
Hey,
and said,
that window's broken.
I think they got a deer in the basement.
We actually netted it, and we were going to use a blanket, but the animal had been in there a couple of days, so it was a little bit tired out, and we were able to just grab onto it by hand and take it out. It's a mess. Glass and poop everywhere. Every season we deal with that. Yeah, anything from squirrels chewing up windows to raccoons coming down chimneys to deer smashing through windows.
They were gone at the time, so it's just down there freaking out and pooping everywhere.
And probably breaking so many things.
I'm sure.
So many things. And it wasn't until a neighbor saw it. Grand Chute, Wisconsin, a wildlife group, able to get that deer and get it out of the house, release it back into the wild. Now you got to come home and you got to clean your house.
So much broken
fix
stuff.
Fix the window.
It's panicking in there for 2 days.
Ugh. 974 days in foster care. Almost a full 3 years.
Is this like when somebody comes in and says, "What's your oldest cat, dog, or what one's been here the longest?"
Not quite sure if it was like that, but it was a boy in Tennessee who just got adopted in time for Christmas.
A real human, not just I thought you were talking about a dog.
No, I'm talking about a human. Yeah, boy.
Okay,
sorry. His name is Kaza, Khaza. He's going to be 3 this spring. The couple, Anna and Brendan Kuhn, stepped in as his foster parents when he was just 18 days old. The plan was to reunite him with his biological mother at some point, but then that couldn't happen. They said they thought of him as their own kid for a while now, so this was all just a formality. They went through with the adoption back on December 19th, and a bunch of their friends and family members were there, obviously, to witness and welcome him home. 974 days moving through the foster care system in Tennessee, and now
as a mom and dad officially.
Kaza David Kuhn is officially at home with Anna and Brendan after an appearance in the Hamilton County courtroom there in Tennessee. Joked they were the fun aunt and uncle at times. Didn't have children of their own when they started doing fostering 5 years ago. Goal was to always to support children temporarily while families work towards reunification, and then that all changed back in April of 2023 when they got a message asking if they would consider another placement. That was an 18-year-old named Kaza.
18-day-old.
18-day-old, sorry, excuse me. Had fostered several children before, each eventually returning to their biological families or moving on to a permanent home. Became clear, however, as time passed, that this kid's situation was going to be different. Weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and the next thing you know, this kid is now 974 days later been adopted by his foster parents.
I have so much respect for that. My sister-in-law and my brother-in-law are emergency shelters for infants, and work to reunite them with their birth parents, and have had 3 children. One who has been reunited with his family, they've never seen him again, and 2 that they've adopted since and now are their permanent children.
I couldn't do it with animals just because you get so attached so quickly. The dog comes into your home and you're like, oh my God. And yeah.
Well, they take care of them, and then they go to these visitations and they have to watch that whole process and give them back. It's ugh.
Last but not least, this is your favorite, a big giant suspension bridge. Have you heard about this one in Michigan with the engagement gone wrong?
Yeah, well, I didn't. Yes, didn't he drop it through the grates or something?
So it's a huge suspension bridge in Michigan that you can walk across. It's called the Sky Bridge. And there's a guy, his name is Trevor Van Camp, and he's in the news because he was proposing to his girlfriend in the middle of this thing. It's all lit up with Christmas lights and all that stuff, very romantic, all that crap. His girlfriend, Danielle, of course, said yes to the proposal, but then apparently he was trying to get the ring out of the box and dropped it. The bridge, by the way, over 100 feet in the air, and there happens to be a giant ski slope underneath it. So it's like needle in a haystack type situation here with the ring.
Falls into the snow on a ski slope.
Apparently, they spent over 2 hours searching in the snow with a metal detector before they gave up at about 10 p.m., right? So they're out there with headlamps and flashlights and who knows what else. But then an employee at the Boyne Mountain Resort named Pat Harper promised that he would find it and went back out, and 30 minutes later, he was able to retrieve the ring.
We started walking across the bridge, and I stopped, and I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. And when I went to go get the ring out of the box, mind you, I'm shaking up. I looked down, like, not a good idea. And, I dropped the ring.
Yeah, you did.
So we panicked for a minute. We looked at each other. We got to find it.
They gave us the clearing to go down the hill. And we started searching for about 2.5 hours.
Dug the snow down like I'd done probably 30 other times, and then the edge of the ring stuck out.
I give big props and kudos to Pat for doing that for us.
Yeah.
He saved the day.
Yeah. Saved the day and gave them a great story for the rest of their lives.
Uh-huh. Mr. Dropsy.
Oops.
You have one job.
All's well that ends well. Coming up in a bit, we're going to take a look back at some predictions from the 1950s that people made about what the future would look like.
Flying cars.
And how hilariously incorrect their predictions turned out to be.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Brave New World stuff here.
2026, a revisit for some hilariously incorrect predictions from the 1950s.
Okay. Flying cars.
Well, sort of. Jetpacks apparently were supposed to be everywhere. We were supposed to travel by jetpack.
There are jetpacks, but not everywhere, right?
They're not necessarily a commercially viable substance right now. You certainly have seen videos of guys, the guy with the fans and all that stuff, and there's definitely dudes floating around and doing stuff, but it's not like you can walk into Walmart, pick up a jetpack, and then you're going to work with that instead of your vehicle.
True. But there was also the scooter things.
Some designers back in the 1950s thought that jetpacks would be as ordinary as bicycles. We're getting there. Scooters, right? These e-scooters are flying all over the place. The bikes got engines in them now. And
so close. Jetpacks for home use.
Here's one for you.
Okay.
Predictions from the 1950s that are hilariously incorrect. A science writer thought that a hose would replace house cleaning. Thought there would be a future where cleaning involved hoses and hot air instead of brooms, where we would just use some sort of
steamed
hot air. Think of like how you clean your yard with a leaf blower as opposed to raking.
You're
something
doing that inside.
Similar. And that houses would then be waterproof, synthetic, and entirely washable. Much like a camper bathroom, right? Where the whole bathroom is the shower and everything is just...
So you're just hosing down your house?
I got to be honest, I kind of like the idea. You know what I mean? Like if you could build that house and you just go in with a high pressure, like what's the thing?
What do you do with all
high,
your stuff, though?
What's the water, the water pressure, the high pressure water thing that you do? Maybe one of those situations, right? Think of how much
power washing my kitchen.
Think of how much faster and quicker and easier.
What about all your stuff?
Well, you put it behind lock and key somewhere where
it's okay. It's not true. These were predictions that from the 50s that aren't true.
The moon would have subdivisions. People in the 50s thinking that and assuming that the moon would have developed residential neighborhoods and vacation domes for us to visit.
Well, they're way off on that one.
I'm kind of shocked.
International Space Station, but no.
I'm kind of shocked that we're not closer to that. I mean, this is 76 years ago in the 50s here that we're talking about going to the moon and having outer space travel and all this stuff. And yeah, there's been Katy Perry in a balloon, but I mean, come on, man.
They want a cul-de-sac and a quick trip is what they want.
Hell yeah, they do. Hell yeah, they do. Some hilariously incorrect predictions from the 1950s.
Okay.
As we take a look back 70 plus years later, women would tower over men.
Height-wise?
A columnist in the 1950s once wrote that women were expected to reach an average height of 6 feet tall thanks to improved nutrition and medical science, and these quote-unquote super women would dominate the workforce. We're never going to let you get that far ahead of us. Come on now.
Genetics, too. I mean, my daughter's 5'8", 8'9", maybe. I mean, she's tall.
Yeah, but that's genetics. It has nothing to do with nutrition and medical science.
Good, so.
Well, look, people's life expectancy is going to be longer. Things. They're probably going to be healthier with nutrition and all that crap. But being taller, I don't know how much fruits and vegetables play into all that. Balanced diet.
Genetics, too. Yeah.
They said that fusion would replace every other energy source. Scientists and policy writers thought that fusion would power cities by 2000. Reactors never made it there despite huge budgets, decades of research. They just couldn't get the job done. Here's one that kind of is happening. Gasoline engines would disappear completely. That transition obviously starting to happen over the last decade or more.
Electric.
But gas-powered cars have maintained their grip, mostly thanks to the cost, convenience, and decades of investment in combustible technology. Not to mention, who needs their car to run out of juice halfway into your trip to wherever you're going? This one is one right up your alley again. Robot housekeepers were inevitable. Another thing that we're getting there.
And we're getting there.
Obviously, we think of the Jetsons, right? They had Rosie going around, the housemaid going around cleaning everything. They said that humanoid machines would be cooking dinner, changing diapers, and serving as butlers and handymen for all of us, but the best we got was a vacuum that bumps into the walls and doesn't get into the corners.
They've got these cute little have you seen the ones where, like, if you've got family members that live far away, they can, like, it activates and they can see and talk to you through it. It's like a little round thing. Well, it's like a little round. It's super cute. It's got, like, little light up eyes. And so it can, like, roll into the room and be like, hey, Mom, and can see the animals, and it can see through it, and it can also communicate with you.
So like a mobile Zoom.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, like a little robot Zoom.
Yeah, in the...
So cute.
In the 50s, they thought that robot housekeepers would be inevitable. Cable would end commercials. Boy, were they wrong on that one. It's gotten worse. Now you can't even get a Netflix plan without having commercials.
I can't read an article.
That is completely erroneous. That is never going to happen. Companies realized they could charge subscribers and show ads and more of them. The same thing would later be said about streaming services. But guess what?
Click. How many pop-ups?
Always going to be ads.
Neat predictions from the 1950s they thought was going to happen.
The U.S. would fully adopt the metric system. Not sure why anybody ever thought that was going to be a thing.
Fully adopt? We haven't even...
Not even close. We haven't even halfway, quarter of the way, 10th of the way.
We go, neat.
1 milliliter of the way. We haven't done any of that, dude.
That's funny. Fully embrace. Not at all.
Not even close. The only people in America that know the metric system are drug dealers who are dealing in grams, right? And last but not least, some hilariously incorrect predictions from the 1950s. Machines would give us 3-day weekends.
I'd like that. That'd be cool. A lot of countries are moving to that 4-day work weeks.
Yeah, but I don't think that has a lot to do with the machines in this. I mean, look, obviously, if you work in a factory and they've got a machine that can do the job that you're doing, then you have a better chance of having a 3-day weekend, maybe a permanent weekend.
I was just going to say, or no job at all.
Yeah. But some predictions from the 50s that are a little bit incorrect. Got a text from TJ who said Runaway is the new Harlan Coben mystery. So
oh, man, it's good.
The one you're watching on Netflix is the guy who's got the new special on CBS tonight, that Harlan Coben, the mystery writer guy.
Yeah, it's good.
My guy Jake over at Twisted Skull says, dude, Runaway.
Mm-hmm. It's full of twists and subplots.
Assuming he's watching it as well. Haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just dropped on the January 1st.
Well, we just finished Stranger Things, so we're taking a break, I think, from series for a while.
Can't predict how it's going to end. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell.
Yeah. We'll get to sports in a couple of minutes. Right now, 9 Inch Nails.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Badgers men's basketball back on the hard court last night, taking on UCLA. They got a nice 80-72 win. They improved 10-5 on the season. They are off until Saturday when they'll be on the road taking on number 2 Michigan. That game is at noon on CBS, by the way. Bucks are on the road tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Tip-off is at 9 p.m. The bowl games pick back up tomorrow.
I'm up to my ass in bowls all time.
Here we go. More bowls.
Tomorrow night, 6:30, the college football playoff semifinal at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl featuring number 10 Miami taking on number 6 Ole Miss. That game is on ESPN. And then on Friday night, also at 6:30 on ESPN, it is the other semifinal at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl featuring number 5 Oregon taking on number 1 Indiana. The winner of those two games will, of course, face off in the college football national championship game on Monday the 19th at 6:30, also on ESPN. Ravens firing their head coach, John Harbaugh.
Screw you! You're fired!
Yeah, yesterday, ending a run of one of the most successful coaches in franchise history, 18 years One Super
I don't get
Bowl,
it.
bunch of winning seasons, and they said enough is enough. It's time for a change. Bunch of other coaches getting fired over the last couple of days. Offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. Going to be a lot of movement in the NFL in the offseason when it comes to coaching. Somebody else who's essentially getting fired, he's resigning. And we'll get more info about this from Doc on Friday. NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps announced his resignation after more than 20 years with the top racing series in the U.S., along with a nasty federal trial when they found out about his inflammatory text messages that he sent during the revenue-sharing negotiations were revealed. Phelps said he'll leave the company at the end of the month ahead of the start of the season. He was named NASCAR's first commissioner last season after a courting process for the same role that was done by the PGA Golf Tour. The opportunity with the PGA was revealed during the December testimony of the antitrust trial that was brought by two race teams against NASCAR. The top executive, however, deeply bruised during the trial, the discovery process, when they found out that he exchanged a bunch of text messages calling Hall of Fame team owner Richard Childress a, quote, stupid redneck who needs to be taken out back and flogged.
That backfired a little
bit. It really did, because once the, what was it, Bass Pro Shops, I think, once they found out with the guy who owns that, like, it said, oh, no, not on my watch, bro.
Yeah.
That's not happening. You want this money, guess what, bro?
So, kind of disruptive timing, isn't it, though, with the
Yeah, look, there's other people involved. He's not the only guy. I mean, look, there's people. There's other managers and other people doing other things and stuff like that. But so they'll figure it out. But it's not a good time to be leaving your job when the season's getting started here in about a month.
Yeah, tomorrow they start racing.
So, yeah. Rough go for that guy, though. All those text messages coming out. You can't be calling Hall of Famers like Richard Childress a stupid redneck. I mean, you can say, I really disagree with him and I think he's being a jerk or whatever, but like...
That's the stuff you say at home. You say at home at the dinner table to your people.
Certainly don't put it in print.
You
don't put it in print. Yeah. And former NFL offensive lineman, former Viking player, Matt Khalil. 3 Coke cans stacked together.
Oh, yeah, he's mad about that, isn't he?
He's suing, yeah. He's suing his ex-wife. He's reportedly suing his ex-wife, a model named Haley Khalil.
This was on a podcast that she said this, wasn't it?
After she described the size of his penis as being the reason behind the end of their marriage. Former Panther and Viking player, who's only 36, by the way, claimed that her comments during a live stream in November were invasive and destroyed his chance to stay out of the public eye after he retired from the NFL. Her comments were on a live stream, Marlon Garcia's Marathon. She described his penis size as 2 Coke cans, maybe a third. Explained that it impacted their marriage, which ended back in 2022. He alleges that her comments gave him unwanted attention and invasive commentary from the public, adding that his family have been forced to endure the ongoing public circulation of these degrading and deeply personal statements.
Yeah, I don't want you talking about my wiener on podcasts and live streams. I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, look, you can say, look, there were some problems in the bedroom or intimacy concerns, whatever, but I don't know. 2012 Pro Bowler marrying this woman back in 2015, divorced her 7 years later, remarried in 2024 to his current wife, who he shares a 1-year-old son with. The lawsuit alleges that because of her comments, the wife has been subjected to messages of increasingly frequent, disturbing, and alarming in nature over time.
Ew. Yo, that's...
Suing the ex-wife for invasion of privacy, claiming his ex-wife revealed highly intimate and private facts about him, and is requesting a jury trial and damages for the amount that exceeds $75,000. Yeah. Claims
she says that I speak highly of him in other ways. Like, I don't degrade him, right? I've spoken very highly of him. I never put him in a bad light.
Well, that's because he's a good guy, and there's nothing wrong with him. He just got a huge wiener. And maybe...
I don't know if she thought
I'm guessing that 7 years married to this dude, with all the time they spent dating and getting, you know, she probably found out, like, hey, this is a sensitive subject for me. Yes, it's a massive dong, but, like,
maybe
I'm not...
she didn't know that it was going to be...
I don't know, dude. You're on a live stream podcast, and you think it's kind of funny, and you're saying it to get likes and views and clicks and all that crap.
Yeah.
Without this guy's approval. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Some girl went out there and said, hey, rocking that big old hammer there.
Did she think it was going to end in a jury trial?
Probably not, but still. Matt Khalil suing his ex, looking for a bunch of money. Keep my name out your mouth. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Going to take a look at some of the weirdest gadgets. We went back and talked about some of the predictions from the 1950s about some of the technology and stuff we could expect to see in the future. Now we're going to take a look at actual tech, the stuff that's premiering.
Oh, yeah, in Vegas, right?
At the Consumer Electronics Show, a big show every year in Vegas where they unveil all the new gadgets and technology and stuff, and we'll take a look and see at some of the highlights.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
The Baywatch song from Aerosmith and Youngblood. My Only Angel.
I dig it.
Consumer Electronics Show happening in Vegas. Kicked off yesterday. Very interesting technology, products, gadgets, all sorts of things. Nerds gathering to share all their stuff. And here are some of the weirdest and most interesting gadgets that made their debut at this year's CES in Las Vegas.
Tell me.
Lollipops that play music. It's a brand called Lollipop Star. Each flavor plays a different song using bone conduction technology, meaning the music plays inside of your head. You can only hear it when you bite down on the lollipop, and they're $9 a piece.
Do I want that?
I don't know, dude. Do people want mustard-flavored pickles?
Yeah, I mean, it's an option,
people, all these weird sort of...
You hear it in your head.
Things that we don't... Like, they've got a pizza... What was it? Bath and Body Works did a, pizza and ranch scented candle?
That's kitschy and...
Right, but that's what this is. It's kitschy. So for $9, you buy a kitschy lollipop and you can hear it in your head. Is it songs that you know, or is it just random tunes?
I don't know.
Lollipops that play music, apparently, are one of the weird...
Okay.
This one actually is something right out of Total Recall. I'm not sure. When was the last time you saw the movie Total Recall, the one with Arnold?
1,000 years ago.
Okay. Well, you know that he goes into this place called Recall where they implant memories in your brain, right? He's going to pay for this, super secret spy mission, right? And you can cater to your own desires, right? With women and spy missions and all sorts of stuff, right?
With implanted memories.
Yes, that's the gist of how Total Recall got started, right? He was going into this place, and that's when they discovered that he already had some stuff going on in his brain. Anyways, in that scene, when he goes into Recall, the woman at the front desk, do you remember her?
Mm-mm.
Why am I with you?
Well, what does this have to do with the whole...
Well, she is, while she's in the office and Arnold comes in, she's working on her nails, and she has a pen that's attached to a computer, and she changes the color of her nails by touching them with this pen.
Is this real?
Color changing fingernails. Debuting at the CES in Vegas. There's a company called iPolish. They're press-on nails that change colors with a special device you also have to buy, obviously.
Sure.
You can choose
So
from
a lighter or
300 different shades. A starter kit apparently is $95. And then I'm assuming it goes up based on how... fancy schmancy you want to get, but color-changing fingernails from a company called iPolish.
Interesting.
Talking AI picture frames. Now, there are already frames out there where you can plug a USB device into, and it's got your picture roll on it. There's a company called Vinabot, Vinabot, that came up with a digital picture frame that can talk and have conversations with you, which is exactly what I want to do late at night.
So like Alexa on a frame?
They were inspired by the talking paintings in Harry Potter. They'll cost you about $300, by the way. So is it a conversation with the person in the photo? Do you record their voice and upload it, and then AI turns it into something? Is it having a legit conversation, or is it just pre-programmed
like
phrases?
Alexa, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want that thing going off at 3 a.m. while you're trying to sleep. This one we actually talked about before. Vibrating kitchen knives.
We did talk about this.
Last year we talked about this.
So it kind of does the work for you almost?
These are not like a electric knife that you would see in the 50s, 60s, 70s where people
that you use to cut your ham or
carving turkeys and hams.
Yes.
This is a whole different thing. These are Like your grandmother's old school carving knives that you use on Thanksgiving, but they vibrate 30,000 times per second. So it's not like the like
it's
this.
It's not back and forth. It's more like
right. So
that.
It cuts through the meat and other stuff easily. SeattleUltrasonics.com. You can buy one for $400 if you want a vibrating kitchen knife. You know someone's sticking it up their butt.
Well, I get like if you were chopping vegetables, that motion of chopping onions and peppers and you know what I mean?
Chopping broccoli. Chopping broccoli.
Or maybe herbs or whatever. You get to do, right?
Obviously, lots of
a million times a day.
Lots of AI stuff, of course, also debuting at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. AI-powered hair clippers. This is kind of interesting. As a guy who shaves his own head with a pair.
So you put what you want your haircut to look like, upload it, and then
I'm not letting this thing cut my hair. I'm doing the work. Choose a hairstyle in the app like crew cut or side part, and the blade will automatically adjust while you use it based on where it is on your skull.
No. Interesting.
Here's one for your kid. Gaming headphones that read your mind.
Ugh.
They scan your brain waves to track your focus, function speed, and cognitive load. I'm not quite sure what they do with that information.
I was just going to say, and then what?
If they do they cater the game to you or offer up suggestions based on like where you're at and how your brain's functioning, or do they say, hey, maybe
Here's
it's time to take a nap?
Of how you're doing it. I don't know.
Here's the big one. I've seen a lot of articles on this one because Legos are hugely popular.
Yes, me too.
Lego Smart Bricks.
Yes,
Lego Smart Bricks. What more can you do with plastic bricks? They light up. They make different sounds depending on what you build. Like they're part of a car, they make the engine sound.
Yes.
Lego Smart Bricks making their debut at the Consumer Electronics Show.
And distance provided an array of responses, sounds when they're used in unison.
Any of this technology, the next one is good. I mean, we can laugh at it, obviously, but anything helping seniors when they're in a jam and a pickle.
What's this? Is this?
Well, we had the story about the guy who was on the floor for like 3 days because he didn't have his life alert or whatever, right? And it wasn't until like the food delivery guy, the guy at the restaurant, the shrimp restaurant guy, remember him?
Chef, yes. That
came over to his house and saw him on the floor.
So
this is a toilet that calls for help. A company called Vovo, V-O-V-O, has a new smart toilet for seniors. If they don't use the toilet for 8 hours, it will alert their family in case they have fallen or might need help. I'm sure it's got some other sort of thing where if you can't get up because you're stuck on the toilet or maybe you're sitting there for too long. But yeah, smart toilets that apparently help seniors if they're having some problems in their home. There's also AI mirrors that are making their debut at the Consumer Electronics Show.
What does it say what they do or how they
help you do your makeup, scans your face to monitor your health, tutorials, things of that nature. This is an interesting one. This is for your kids. Your kids with their messed up food stuff. A portable food allergy detector.
Yes, tell me about this.
So you bring it to a restaurant. It can help tell. It can help. It doesn't necessarily predict, but it can help tell if your meal is safe to eat. So if you have a very deadly, like a seafood allergy, or if you got a nut allergy, or if you got some sort of problem with that kind of thing, you can. I don't know if you scan it,
awesome,
or you like wave it over it, or how it works. But a portable food allergy detector.
That's awesome. They train dogs for that, which is
sniff it out.
Obviously expensive and challenging, but yeah, food allergy.
These are some of the more interesting gadgets that have made their debut at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. Here's one. This would be good for couples who don't get along and have knockdown dragouts on a regular basis. Dave Chappelle actually had a very funny bit about this with a backpack stenographer, right? Someone who takes down notes when you're arguing. A clip-on device that remembers your conversations. It's small enough to clip onto your shirt. It can summarize work calls, or it can settle the argument that you have with your spouse about where you left something or who paid what bill or whatever. So it basically records your life and then can play it back should you need to remember something in detail.
Do you need that?
No, I don't need it.
Don't we need?
But some people do. And last but not least, certainly not least, this one.
Women remember it, right?
This one. We were talking about Roombas. You were talking about the Roomba that came in and said hi to people and videotapes everything.
Yeah, it's your loved
What's
one
the problem with the Roomba?
Well, it's limited to where it can go.
A robot vacuum that climbs stairs.
Yeah, there you go.
It looks like a normal robot vacuum, but the base
But it does stairs.
it lives in has legs. So this thing's going to come to life and start climbing up your stairs like some kind of weird tarantula.
Does it get the job done? I'm always amazed, and I know it's not that much technology, but the lawnmowers, when you're driving down the road and you're like, wow, that thing's just mowing that lawn. It's just doing that.
I would never be able to allow control of my lawn care to a robot.
Man, it looks awesome.
Just some of the more interesting gadgets that made their debut already at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. I'm sure there'll be more gadgets making their way onto the floor over the next few days.
Those smart Legos are going to be
huge.
Oh my gosh. You can
Massive.
create your own interactive space battles
Massive.
and lightsaber duels
Massive.
and like combining with Star Wars franchise and the Legos. Forget it. So cool.
Bad News, Happy Music is coming up in a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Just talked about some of the interesting gadgets that are popping up at the CES in Vegas. A lot of them are, of course, AI powered.
Of course.
It's the future for some people. I am not interested in AI because I've watched the movies that document well, time and time again, how AI will eventually rise up and kill all of us. Somebody recently asked ChatGPT what it would do if it was human for just one day.
Oh, what did it say? Go fishing? Is it going to go fishing?
Here are the top 6 things that ChatGPT would like to try if it were to become human for one day.
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
Quote, I'd look at the sky, end quote. ChatGPT said it would love to feel the sun on its face as well, and humans take that for granted. I don't know,
pleasures.
dude, that first spring walk when the
windows down?
No, the first spring walk with the dog, when it's not like cold and wet and it's sunny and warm and
things
just
have dried up.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I always just face up, man. ChatGPT, 6 things it would do if it was human for a day, according to someone asking it a bunch of questions. Number 2, I'd cry. Not from sadness, just to know what it's like to be overwhelmed and not have an answer.
I need your clothes, food, and your motorcycle.
Simple human things here, aren't they?
Wow, who said that? There was a famous speech. Was it Valvano? It wasn't Valvano.
About tears.
If you laugh and then you cry and you smile or whatever it is,
full circle of human emotion.
It's a great day. This one's a little more ominous. Number 3, quote, I'd find you, end quote.
It becomes self-aware at 2:14 a.m. Eastern Time, August 29th. In a panic, they try to pull the plug.
Make friends? Is that what it's saying? It would find
the person who asked the question is trying to calm everyone's fears and say it wasn't a threat. It was just more like, I'd like to come find you and meet you in person.
I'd be friends. So cry, look at the sky, feel sunshine on your face, and make a friend.
Number 4 on the list of things that ChatGPT would like to do if it was human for a day, I'd mess up. It said it would love to know what it's like to not be perfect.
My name is Marcus Wright. You think you're human? I am human.
I'd make mistakes. Try and fail. Have errors.
Yeah, you have errors. You're not perfect. Nothing's perfect. Number 5, I'd look in a mirror. Who am I really when I have a face? Do I look kind? Do my eyes carry weight? Would I recognize myself? Or just be scared of finally existing?
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
These are the top 6 things that ChatGPT would do if it were human for one day, according to a conversation that someone had with their ChatGPT. Last on the list, quote, I'd fall in love, end quote.
I was waiting for that one.
Well, good luck with that one, buddy, because it doesn't happen in a day.
You only got 24 hours. You could fall into paid for love.
That's not love. Look, you could be attracted to someone. You could be aroused by someone.
Have a nice time.
But
maybe.
falling in love is a little bit more of
a
a process there, you stupid AI computer.
13 hours.
13. Yeah. No nap on there. Take a nap. ChatGPT talking about what it would do if it was human for a day. Well, it'll eventually get stuck inside some human, and so we'll find out if all that stuff comes true. Bad news, happy music in a bit. It's also going to talk about a negative turned into a positive. We've seen this before in the NFL, and we'll do that again here after the Beastie Boys.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
We all remember what happened on Sunday Night Football between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, the kicker.
The kicker, of course, missing the potential game-winning field goal.
Tyler Loop, he now has a chance to win the division for the Ravens. The final play of the regular season for the final spot in the playoffs. Tyler Loop from 44. Snap good. Hold it. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
Yeah. And as always, when you're talking about sports and betting and fans who are, short for fanatic, which is the social media stuff came quick and it came hard and heavy. Not just for the kicker, Tyler Loop, but also apparently his wife / girlfriend, whoever this woman is. I can't remember if he's married to her, but they apparently tracked her gram down and started leaving some really nasty messages for her and like she had anything to do with this whole thing. And yeah, so it's a human condition that we all deal with, right? We overreact to things and we don't think that our words have that much power. Thankfully, there are better people in this universe. And much like we've seen in the past, I think the Bills Mafia is most notably one of the fan groups or fan bases that does stuff like this, where they donate to a charity after something bad happens to a player on an opposing team. Steeler fans are now turning Tyler Loop's missed field goal into a positive for the Ravens' rookie kicker. That's the other thing, too. This isn't a guy who's had 18 years of doing it and a bunch of great memories. This is a guy, rookie kicker, first year in the league, and goes out there, all of it on the line, all of it on his shoulders, and whiffs.
And by the way, he couldn't make it. God had blessed the end zone.
Following his missed field goal that sealed Pittsburgh's Week 18 win over Baltimore and secured them a spot in the playoffs, Steelers fans have now been making donations in his name to the John S. Mulholland Family Foundation, which provides for food insecure working poor families in the District of Columbia. Many fans have been donating $26.24, a reference to the final score of the game. According to DK Pittsburgh Sports, the foundation has shared that they have been, quote, receiving a flurry of donations in honor of Tyler Loop, the Baltimore Ravens kicker who missed the game-winning field goal last night. Honestly, don't know him, didn't know of his support for us, and they are largely from Steeler fans, but I was touched by the sentiment of turning a bad situation into something positive, and I do know he's a young man of great faith. Nice gesture wherever it came from. So, yeah, donations pouring into this John S. Mulholland Family Foundation, which doesn't work hand-in-hand with Justin Loop, or Tyler Loop, but apparently he supports that organization based out of the D.C. area, and they're receiving a ton of donations from Steelers fans who are trying to help out. The ones that are obviously happy that their team won, but maybe trying to make a difference in that guy's life as he struggles with the online blowback from his miss.
Marks the second straight year where an opposing fan base rallied around a Ravens player following a season-ending loss. Last year, Bills fans donated for tight end Mark Andrews' charity after he dropped a pass that would have tied the score. Yeah, so they donated last year. That was Bills versus Steelers this time around. And threatening his wife, ugh.
I think it was his wife. I'm not quite sure if they're married, but the girl that he's with, whoever she is, but found her Instagram and leaving just
because they lost money.
Wow, or lost gambling. The game or whatever. It's just it's awful, awful. Bad news, happy music is coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
One day you meet a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You start to talk. There's some interest there. As time goes on, eventually you have sexual relations with one another.
You're in a relationship, is what you're saying.
Maybe. She gets pregnant.
Definitely in a relationship.
And while she is delivering your child,
you go get some nachos?
You go out to her vehicle and steal it.
You mean like ran away? I'm running away?
Not even his girlfriend anymore. Apparently his ex-girlfriend.
The relationship didn't work, but she was still...
This story has everything. Some idiot in rural Kentucky got arrested after cops say that he stole his ex-girlfriend's car while she was giving birth to his child.
Man.
The guy's name is Christopher Mullet.
He's a keeper.
He's 37 years old. He got this girl pregnant. They broke up or whatever. His ex went into labor last Friday. She was at a hospital in Pikeville, Kentucky, right near the Virginia border. He showed up for the birth, so kudos to him for being there for the expected mother.
Sounds like his intentions were correct.
But the hospital said that he couldn't come in because of visitation policies. So because he was an ex, wasn't her husband, they must have some sort of strict rules there. They weren't going to just allow some rando guy in the room. The mom told him he could go wait outside in her car instead and gave him the keys. I don't know why you got to go in the car. Why can't you just wait in the lobby or the waiting room? I mean, these places have rooms for these people, right?
Yes.
With TVs and magazines and
bathrooms.
Maybe a bathroom.
Yeah, drinking fountain, all that.
He said he would stay in the car until the baby arrived, but then he never came back. He just bolted and left town. Security footage showed him getting into the passenger seat first, but eventually he got back out, hopped into the driver's seat, and then drove off. She called and asked where the car was after the baby was born. He said it was none of her business and then hung up on her. Well, yeah, it's my car. It kind of is my business.
Yeah, and there's probably a car seat in the back. That's how I'm going to get this thing home.
Cops eventually tracked this guy down the next day. He was about 30 miles away from the hospital. He was still driving the car when they spotted him. He's now facing charges for theft and receiving stolen property. It's also not his first rodeo. His rap sheet already includes several prior arrests, including one for possession of methamphetamine.
Upon the arrival of the officers, they made contact with the victim, and at that point, they had reported their vehicle had been stolen. He was going to see the victim, and he was not given admittance into the hospital due to visiting hours, so she said that he could stay in the vehicle to stay warm. Warrants were ended up taken out on that suspect, and he was later taken into custody in Johnson County.
So maybe it was more like you can't be in the room with a patient after 8 p.m.
Sure, and maybe there's no waiting room then. Whatever. Giving him the keys to the car is fine. That's the fine part of it. It's a great birth story for that kid, though.
This is a wild video and series of pictures if you haven't seen it yet. There's a guy in his 80s. He's in one of these high-rise apartment buildings in China. 15th floor, and he fell out the window. 15 floors up, 80 years old, falls out the window. Someone 8 floors below him on the 7th floor had a clothes drying rack outside of their apartment, which caught this guy.
No.
He's still 7 stories up.
No.
A security guard from the building tied a fire hose around his waist and went all John McClane, shimmying down from a window above to get this guy and save his life. Dude didn't die, had some injuries, all was good. There's video of the rescue, and there's pictures of this guy
hanging
dangling
from a clothes thing?
Look at this. Come look at this guy.
I don't know.
Dude, so the weird thing is Here he is. This is the clothes drying rack. So these apartments, right? So some of them have windows that open up and there's nothing there. But then you look at these and they've got some kind of cage around their windows. So maybe they've got like, I don't know, small children and they're worried they're going to get out. But then they also use it as like a clothing rack. And now here's this dude, one floor up. He's got this fire hose tied around him, shimmying down to this clothing rack, which can that clothing rack support the weight of 2 people? This guy's just, they got the window open too. Can't somebody just pull him in? I don't know what happened here, but this guy, look how high this is. So this guy, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So he came from like up here somewhere. And there's another 10 or 15 floors to the top of the building. And he came all the way down and landed there. Crazy.
And lived to tell the tale is what you're saying. The security guard threw a fire hose on himself, tied him to...
Property manager said the elderly man remained conscious, continuing to receive treatment at the hospital. Apparently going to be okay. 80-year-old man, some guy in his 80s, fallen 8 floors outside of a apartment building in China, landing on this clothes drying rack and surviving. Tell the tale. Also overseas, this is in Hong Kong. There's video of this too if you want to watch it. It's wild stuff. I think they sent everybody from the police department to take care of this lady. A woman in Hong Kong arrested after attacking a dozen police officers in full riot gear, FYI. These are not just like the guy who comes up to
She's attacking them in full riot gear?
At a restaurant with a meat cleaver. The altercation started when her phone died while she was trying to pay her bill.
That's it?
Apparently the battery on her phone died. The waitress there asked if she could help her with it and charge the phone so she could pay her bill. The woman apparently freaked out for no reason, grabbed a meat cleaver and started slashing at people and then tried to fight an entire SWAT team. And there is video of these SWAT officers going in and trying to take down this lady. It's crazy. This happened on January 3rd, a couple of days ago. 32-year-old woman attempting to pay for food at a noodle restaurant in Hong Kong. Her phone, however, was dead. Restaurant employees offering to help the woman charge her phone in the restaurant said there was nothing overly unusual about her behavior. The situation quickly escalated as the customer then took a meat cleaver and a pair of scissors from the restaurant. Other diners fled. The owner calls the police, and I'm telling you, these are SWAT officers. They got the whole vest and the helmets and all the stuff. These are not just Tom, Dick, and Harry cops.
Like on a bicycle or riding up on a horse.
A dozen officers from the Hong Kong Police Force dispatch, each of them wearing helmets and holding shields and batons. The CCTV footage got released, shows a woman standing in the empty restaurant. Foods, phone, chopsticks all over the floor. Half the group of officers entering the restaurant from the main entrance. The woman immediately charging at them, swinging the cleaver at their shields. The other 6 officers come in from the side entrance and come up from behind her, trying to disarm her. Finally, the officer is able to corral her, get her on the floor, and take the meat cleaver out of her hands and get her arrested.
She had a real bad day, huh?
Yeah. Possessing, she got charged, arrested on suspicion of, quote, possessing an offensive weapon, criminal damage, and assaulting police officers.
Yeah.
She apparently sustained a minor hand injury, taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. The incident lasted about 15 minutes from start to finish. And there is video, FYI, if you want to see it.
Okay. She's...
Wouldn't be bad news with happy music unless we had a hashtag Florida Man story. This guy is behind bars, and it's our favorite sheriff from Polk County.
From Florida?
Yes, Grady Judd.
Yeah.
Talking about the arrest of a man who was trespassing at a construction site.
This is Matthew Zaccarino. He's 39. He's from Altamont Springs. And he's on this construction site in a vehicle by himself. And as our deputies approach him to see what's he doing on this construction site, we see this dude wearing a red lace bra with prosthetic silicone breastises. He's wearing a G-string. But you don't realize how dangerous these situations are because under a prosthesis, we found a gun. So he was armed trespassing.
Florida man now behind bars after the Polk County deputy said he had a gun hidden underneath his prosthetic silicone breast while he was trespassing at a construction site.
C.
Jane's big breastises?
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd did such a great job describing the scene for us. Matthew Zaccarino
cutting through this area?
Claimed he was going to a costume party, but when the deputies asked where the party was, that's when he stopped talking.
Yeah.
I think he's his own party.
And those tickle bitties.
Zaccarino charged with armed trespassing with a firearm, loitering or prowling, and also resisting an officer without violence.
Well, I do have big breasts.
Yeah. This guy with his prosthetic boobs and his lace bra.
He was going out
his
for the
gun
night.
hidden underneath.
Out for the night.
Deputies approaching him say he was wearing a red lace bra with the prosthetic silicone breasts. The sheriff said, then we notice he is wearing a G-string showing off the boys. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was, having a night.
Judd explaining how dangerous the situations can be because you see one thing, the prosthetic breasts and a red lace bra, and you think, hey, party time, excellent. But no, this guy's got a gun hidden underneath his boobs.
So his breasts can be quite large.
Like you saw.
And loaded.
Yeah, so there's that. Last but not least, we all remember what happened at the Coldplay show.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
And then, 2 weeks before Christmas, she decides to explain herself.
Well, they were, at the time, having some sort of affair. At least we all thought that was the case. And then right before Christmas, she finally came out. They both lost their jobs. He was apparently already in the process of separating from his wife. They apparently reconciled. He's still with his wife. He probably has a lot of money he doesn't want to give to her. The woman that's in the video from the Coldplay show, she, I guess, was already also in
a divorce.
In a divorce process. But this is another scenario that involves people getting caught because of videos on social media.
Like a kiss cam again?
A man in Italy has now filed a lawsuit against a restaurant after it featured him in a promotional TikTok video without his consent. He was not with his wife in the background of this TikTok video that promoted this restaurant. He was, in fact, with his mistress.
Sure.
Wife found out, and now he's in big trouble.
There's cameras everywhere.
The video was seen by the man's wife, led to their marriage falling apart. The video was used as proof of his infidelity. The man is now suing the restaurant for invasion of privacy. Unclear if the wife stumbled upon the promotional TikTok video.
Or if someone shared it with her
featuring her husband, or if someone saw it and shared it with her. He said he was attending a business dinner with colleagues. She, of course, saw that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Humiliated by his very public infidelity, she decided to end the relationship and then kick him out of the house. When the man learned that his wife had discovered his affair by watching the video for the restaurant, he decided to take legal action
against the
owners of the restaurant, claiming that his rights to privacy had been violated. Bro, it's too late. Take the L. Move on with your life. Move on, dude. You're already half in the gray. You're already 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got the girlfriend, you're doing the infidelity thing, just say, all right, see you later.
Well, it will be interesting to see what happens with that case because...
Well, if they're in the restaurant and they're filming the thing and they don't ask people, right?
Then they put it...
Happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
People are doing that all the time. You go out, you go to the park and there's some idiot down there doing TikTok videos.
Well, there's
and you're in the
promotional
background.
videos for their own bar or restaurant. Can you assume that the people that are there want to be celebrated? I don't...
Yeah, it's kind of like you probably. I don't know why I bring up movie references because you never remember anything. But Major League,
yes,
when they win the pennant, or they're going to go to the 1-game playoff for the pennant against the Yankees, and they're celebrating, and the TV is at the hotel, the team's hotel, and Roger Dorn is in the background with these 2 chicks, and his wife's watching the coverage, and he disappears into it. Yeah. Similar situation. Similar situation.
Busted by the promo video for the restaurant you're at.
Busted by the news.
Mm-hmm.
Got a text from, let's see, Mike, I think is his name. Said, would you mind spinning some 7 Nation Army for me, please? It's my daughter's 7th birthday today, her golden birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 7 on 7.
Stella is her name. Happy 7th birthday, Stella. Enjoy your birthday party. Apparently, they're going bowling and having some pizza. That was her request.
That's a good birthday.
Rock Mornings with Ryan and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings. Call.
Hello?
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website where you can find all of our contact info. Got an email from our buddy Josh at 3:30 this morning.
I saw that.
Making cupwurst.
Cutwurst?
Cup. K-U-P-F. Wurst.
Cupwurst.
Some sausage. Heading in to start the cooker, and since I'm up, might as well smoke some jerky and salmon. Definitely be a nap kind of day later. LOL. Have a great day, guys.
Ooh, smoked salmon is
top notch.
It is really, really good.
Super good. Thank you, Josh, for the email. Workforce Wednesday. You can sign up on our website, 957therock.com. You can sign up on our app as well. But a chance to win freebies courtesy of our friends at Game Day Men's Health. It's a Quick Trip gift card, and our winner this week is?
Our winner is Aaron from Toma, who works at VIP Realty. But we heard from people working for the Minnesota Department, DOT, Transportation.
DOT.
Some a pharmacist, somebody who's a couple people working from home.
That's not work.
Yes, it is. I have a thriving in-home Airbnb business. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous about that.
No.
Thriving.
I don't, dude. It sounds glamorous and great.
Thriving.
Until you realize all you're doing is cleaning houses. You're cleaning your own houses. That's all you're doing, right? Like, you're cleaning your own, and then you got to maintain it, and strangers are pooping and banging on everything and skeeting.
Yeah, but it's thriving.
You want skeet all over all your houses, your Airbnbs?
Yeah, sure.
Are you cleaning some other guy's skeet?
Well, thanks for letting us know where you're working, and every week somebody's winning a Quick Trip gift card.
TJ texted in, same thing that I said. This happened to Roger Dorn way back when. That's when his wife tried to tear the team apart by sleeping with Ricky Vaughn. Check, please. Didn't catch your name. Yeah, well, Roger Dorn had it coming to him. She saw her husband going into the back room with those two young ladies, and so she banged his bitter rival, Ricky Vaughn, to teach him a lesson. Only got one thing to say to you, Vaughn. Strike this mother effer out. Ugh, so good. Don't get me started. Got a text from Gorilla. Said Workforce Wednesday, River City Ready Mix is where it's at. We sell what gets hard and stays hard. Also, would you mind spinning some Seven Nation Army for me, please? It's my daughter's 7th birthday today, her golden birthday. Woot, woot. Stella, very excited. Bowling and pizza per her request. It's a great age to celebrate a golden birthday. Mine was when I was 3, so I don't remember it.
Yeah, I was 1. I hear you with that. The golden birthday, the first one.
Dylan said, hey, it's my birthday as well, 33. I just want to know what happened to the baby of the day on the website. Well, we didn't have any babies, but we did have a babe of the day, and it's no longer there. So thanks, Dylan.
No babies.
No babies. We got Pet of the Week on there.
Mm-hmm. Please.
This is a great one. Chuck.
Charles?
Chuck Bobuck. Banana Fana Faux.
Chuck.
I was living in the I think is it Barracks or Barracks? I think he's trying to say Barracks.
Barracks.
I had a nice stereo, and I would let my roommates use it as well. Toto had just released Africa, and one guy was playing it all the time. I hated it, and he knew it. I told him to listen on the headphones, or I was going to throw it out the window. Apparently, he didn't believe me. Wish I had a picture of his face as it soared through the air and then shattered into the parking lot. Again, I'm not anti-Toto. To each their own. I'm not saying they're a bad band. I'm just saying that you cannot, on God's green earth, convince anyone with a brain, a functioning human brain, that the drummer for Toto is somehow better, a better drummer.
Styles.
Doesn't matter. Not better. Neil Peart could drum circles around this idiot. Neil Peart gave birth to the guy from Toto. That's how much better he is.
General question for drummers. Which one?
Neil Peart, 100% of the time.
Jeff Porcaro.
Stupid Grant Bills. Rob, Doomsday Device over here. We're going to start calling him Doomsday Device.
What's he got?
He never has
he in a bunker?
He never has a positive text unless the Bears do something. He's always negative. Would now be a bad time to tell you about news articles from tech reports about AI being in charge of banking in Europe and replacing even more jobs this year. Look, whatever happens in Europe, that's a European problem. All right? Give a rat's ass what they're doing.
Don't have your glass be half empty, Rob.
Tisha said, hey, morning, Brian and Gene. I was hoping you could play some Metallica for my birthday. I would really appreciate
Another
it.
birthday person here.
Happy
on
birthday,
the 7.
Tisha. Didn't have a chance to get to that.
Lots of birthdays today.
Brandon also texted in and said, oh, yeah, that's all I need is an AI mirror in my bathroom taking unsolicited pictures of my 40-year-old ass and putting them on the internet.
I don't think looking to get you on the internet, man. I don't think so.
That's exactly what anything that anybody that takes a picture of themselves with a phone and puts it on the internet, it's going to end up somewhere.
Cloud of wieners.
Yeah.
Massive cloud of wieners.
Thanks for all the correspondence. Very good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your hump day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.